Okay, I'll just keep sewing.
Just keep sewing. Are you having a 3 coffee?
Please.
No. Can I sneak round the back again?
No.
Oh,
You won't fit past the bolts.
oh, well I need
Now
to
if
get
you
in
go
here.
forward, I'll go behind you.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you?
I'm going to fall off the chair.
Don't fall off the chair. Em says she's got her slippery pants on.
So don't push me. Because I'm closed.
I'm stuck now. I don't think I can get out now.
I'll let you out if you make coffee.
I'm making coffee. I am. Good afternoon. I can't see. My eyesight has just... I gotta go back and get my eyes checked. Okay, you ready? Hello, Linda. Linda's here. Diane's here. Yvonne's here. Good afternoon. Sharon Keys. We said we'd say Sharon Keys.
We did say hello.
What were you talking about in terms of Sharon?
Something, Christmas decoration. I thought of her yesterday. I thought, oh, Melba scraps made for Sharon Keys to make this project.
Oh, there you go. Our internationals are in the building. Good afternoon, Anne. How are you today? Marie Noel is here. She says hello, Lisa and Emma.
Oh.
Hi, Christine. Christine's here.
Okay.
From down way yonder, Karen Downs, just down there.
Just round the way.
Hello, Wendy. Oh, sorry, you know, don't mind Karen Carter's watching from KL.
Hello,
Yeah.
Karen.
Hi, Karen. How are you? One day we will actually get to see Karen.
Do you think in real life?
Not in Kuala Lumpur here.
Okay, when she comes to visit.
I've got to tell you, Karen is
I'm
going
driving. I'm driving here.
go down to the shop where I got the stuff to do my Malaysian boutiques for me if I ask her really nicely. Oh, she's going to see if they're still there for me. Because we so need to do that. Good afternoon, Cheryl. Lovely to see you. Jenny Miller says good afternoon, girls, but she really means hello, sweeties. Sue Moss is here. Sorry,
What are we
Sue
drinking?
Moss.
Sorry, what?
Sue Moss. I have to ring Sue Moss.
Moss?
Moss. Remember Sue Moss? The,
Yes,
the
embroidery.
yeah, but I actually meant to say hello, Sue Morris.
Oh, hello.
Sorry. Mel says good afternoon. Oh, hello, Floria. No, the other day Floria said, "Have you had your hair done?" And I didn't actually get to.
And think, oh, it does look blonder.
Not yet,
Have you been out in the sun?
but in the next
Not in Melbourne.
48, 72 hours. Yes. Good afternoon, Colleen. Oh, Donna says good afternoon. We'll have to leave later for a meeting. We'll stay. Have you done your paperwork, Donna, to get an early leave pass if you're not staying for the afternoon? Good afternoon. Carol Newton is here. Good afternoon,
Carol.
ladies and everybody. You just keep sewing, Em. The longer I stand here, the more she'll sew before I have to
I'm
get
run
coffee.
out of blocks though.
Have you? Oh, good.
Until I'm up to my demonstration.
Good afternoon,
blocks.
Bernadette. Good afternoon, Nancy. Oh, Joan, wait, newsflash. Oh, she says, you and the set are looking lovely. So we've just had a bit of a giggle about that. Hey, Joan found hidden away an octagon purse she bought from us in... We were talking about this morning.
We were.
2005.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That's almost verging on vintage.
Is that almost pre-Emma? No.
No.
No. Good afternoon, Jackie. Yeah, we're chippy, but it's more to do with the lipstick colour more than anything. Good afternoon, Karen. Lovely to see you. Megan Lancaster. What are you doing to my 474?
No, that just shredded the thread. It wasn't your 475.
Computer operator error. Well, it's not the machine. Megan says, greetings, earthlings. Are you wet up there, Meg? You should be wet. You should be in your gumboots.
I think she should be in a boat.
Oh, Donna's back after having her cataracts done. Who else is having their cataracts done? Barb. No, who was I just talking about having their cataracts done?
Yeah.
Pauline.
Yes.
Pauline.
One eye down, the other eye
Pauline
go.
is having hers done. Good afternoon, Rhonda. Good afternoon, Jenny. Judy Vermeulen in the building. Hey Judy, have you had your hair done again yet? I want to do a Judy. Can I do a Judy? Mum would kill me, wouldn't she? You remember when Jude had the black under here and then she had the red, so when you stood you couldn't tell, and then when she moved,
Oh, bit of patchwork hair.
yeah, absolutely. Good afternoon, Sue. Linda sent massive emojis to everyone, so based on Linda's emojis, we're getting streamers, we're all getting cake, flowers, and we're
And
getting scissors.
I didn't bring
Good
cake
afternoon,
today.
Glennis. Good afternoon. Oh no, we have to behave because I think Michelle might be new. I get upset when we're really silly and then we think there's someone watching that hasn't watched before, and we.
Oh, we're getting smooched by the pussycat under the table.
Same with Robin. Hello, Jenny. Margaret's here. Jane's here. Tina's here. Tina's in Newcastle with Annie Ruth, just in case you didn't know.
Oh, hello.
So I was silly numbnut here said, hey Tina, can you pop down to Valentine and check on my relatives? They live in Valentine. She said, yeah, I know your Auntie Ruth. Of course she does. Hey Sally, long time no speak. Melanie, good afternoon. Sel says hi. Okay, they're all here. They're all here. Flick's in the building.
Hello, Felicity.
I showed you Flick's reindeers, didn't I, for next week? Did I show you the reindeers?
I don't think you did.
Oh, okay, I'll have to show you the reindeers. We have amazing quilt here too from St Helens. Bronwyn, good afternoon. She's watching and sewing, a bit like me.
That's the way I like to roll.
Oh, Kathy, just picked... Hang on. I need something to lean on, Emmy. Kathy!
I'm going to sew round corners at that
Parcels
rate.
out there. Oh, she's just picked up her granddaughter from doing her ancient history HSC exam. It's funny saying...
Like classical studies. Same.
See, it's so funny saying HSC because we were HSC in Victoria when we went
were at
through,
school.
but now we're VCE. Kind of like, it would be good if we kept the same name, then I wouldn't feel my age as much. Good afternoon. See, Wendy, I don't think Wendy Winwood-Smith's watched before. We have to be so good. Oh, Michelle Fisher, I would not know who that is. Never heard of her.
No, we wouldn't be behaving when she was
Barb
in the
was
building.
great. Thanks, Michelle.
You're rocking my forest.
Oh, sorry. Parcel post Pasago. Flick's got a parcel. Pat's all packed, ready to move on Thursday. First thing you set up is the router. I was going to say the router so she could watch, but you said the sewing machine.
Yep. And the kettle. The kettle has to be at the top.
Sorry, back to Judy. No, I've got an appointment for tomorrow, but waiting for negative COVID test result before this evening before I cancel. What? Why do you need it? Have you got a cold, Jude?
Or she might have been somewhere where she can't go anywhere.
Okay. Karen's taken Dad for his second eye op. It's all happening. Jill Chisholm's in the building, and
Hello,
Jill,
Jill.
you had a parcel leave this morning for you. And please check your emails because I've emailed you about your feet and everything. Why aren't you coming to Bendigo? Well, Donna, here's the thing. It's next weekend, and I would not have been ready in time. And also because next week is our Christmas decoration week. So we've kind of already planned that. So I'm very sorry we're not coming. But if we'd known you were there, if we'd really thought about it. So I'm sorry we're not coming next week. Oh, okay. Carol got her Bernina bags. They're good, aren't they?
They're very flash.
Carol bought one of those
The ones I was
bags
looking at
you were
today.
looking at today. Deb Wilkie says, have received my beautiful goodies, thanks. I'm very, very pleased about that. I'm not overdoing orders. I'm now just like just a well-oiled machine while Steve has been away. If I could work out how to get that photo of him
from there onto there.
I'll get it up before he's back for a show. We got a picture last night of Steve in the full Alpine -5 degree gear. And we FaceTimed him. And it was -5 and snowing. He's up the back of Hotham somewhere. And we're talking all through, and then I'm thinking, if he's up the back of Hotham, he's not going to be here tomorrow. And I said, hey,
Do
Steve,
you need an extra day's leave, Steve?
let me just get this right. You're still 500 metres away from the Hotham ski lodge, camping. You're not going to be here for work tomorrow. Oh, no, sorry, Mum. Went down a valley one day, got snowed in for the night, so we're a day behind. So I'm really sorry. I'm going to hop out and get Emma coffee and let her going. But, Yeah, so tomorrow I already had an appointment I have to do in the morning. So I'm going to leave the answering machine on. I will be filling orders before I go and when I get back. So I promise. But if you need me tomorrow, just send me an email. I get them wherever I am. Don't know. So I'll get those. Okay, so, oh no, Flick sent us a Christmas decoration for next week.
Excellent.
So we need more. We need more. Send them in. Send them in. Fiona asked how we both are. All right, aren't we?
Yeah, we're good.
Do we need a self-analysis on that or not? All right.
No,
so you're going to start and I'm going to make coffee.
Yes.
Because I asked Em today, we have Elliot's garden as a quilt, but we've wanted forever to remake it in lovely soft spring summer colours that we used to have. Or we not used to have. We did it once.
As a raffle prize.
As a raffle prize for our exhibition at Botanic Gardens. So Em came in and she very kindly had it pieced. I was supposed to make them. So I said, well, stop, don't do them all yet. Show the girls today. Now, and if you are in the Chandler's Cottage Applique Sampler or on a Quilter's Life, you will also have a little skit from me yesterday. It's pretty rough and ready, I must say, but it was all about how to pre-shape using polyfuse. But I mentioned in that if you are needle turning, then you leave the extra tab or the extra seam allowance for the overlap on the piece that's going to sit on the top. If you're doing raw edge applique, you actually leave the extra bit on the bit that sits underneath. So because we sort of did that yesterday, I thought Em's going to show you, get Em to show you.
Turn your head inside out.
Turn your head inside out, and I'll show you how to do it. Are you right with that?
Yep.
Do you want me to?
Oh, no. Can you move camera 3 to the preview, please?
Shh, it is. That's 3. That's 3.
No.
Excuse. 3 sitting here.
No, oh,
You
then
don't
I want,
want
sorry,
three?
I
You
want
want
2. 2, please. That one. Thanks.
I'll get out of the way and make coffee and come back and I'll talk to you about all these
things wild and wonderful.
Yeah. Okay.
As you were. Hello. You might have seen me when you first joined us. I was doing the machine applique of these lovely leaves ready, and Leesa would like me to talk you through the process. So I have our beautiful pattern, and I've just traced onto the steamer seam.
Sorry, hang on. Sure, Nance, I'll get one for you. Sorry, Nancy wants white and 1 sugar. Or white and 1 sugar.
Okay. We're using steamer seam, not Flex, and I'm going to brag to you about some of the advantages of steamer seam, because today, having to put multiple leaf scenarios together, it was much easier to just use the steamer seam and not have bits foofing away. So when I'm tracing my leaves, I have learnt from experience that it's a really good idea to use a biro, not a pencil, because when it comes to cutting out, if you've used a pencil, you end up with smudgy fingers and hands, and if you're working on a light colour, it's really not desirable. So hopefully I can cut to here and you can see, maybe you can't see, but yes you can see my leaf underneath, and I have one leaf or one section that will be underneath. So I'm tracing. It's very hard with so much light, ambient light around me, to actually see. There is one section of my leaf. Whoops, I've missed that bit there because I can't see it. Now because it's going to be the bottom leaf, it needs a little bit of extra, so I just come back and put that in there. And that would be out of one colour, and I've done 3 next to each other in my sample. I think I've got 2 left and I can show you. And then I would go to a different section and trace out my front leaf, and it has no underlap or overlap because it sits on top of the underlap on the back leaf. So this is another, I think you'll also use this technique, in Save the Bees, the applique quilt block of the month that Leesa's done. And then, can I tell you how to suck eggs with cutting out as well? Instead of doing little which can give you a pixelated edge, we want to have our scissors using big scissors, not little scissors, and do one smooth cut, steering our fabric or Visaflex, or sorry, steamer seam, into the scissors rather than changing the direction of the scissors. Always just comfortably cutting away from you. But, oh, that's my coffee. Oh, my 3-year coffee. It'll hit me. But we usually just trim. So I'll cut those, and there are some great advantages to using steamer seam, because I would then come to my fabrics. I have 3 different fabrics. And I would then pop my, you can go aside, peel the backing paper, which doesn't have the print on it, off. She says with no dexterity at all today. There we go. And put it onto the back of, you can see here that that's my front, therefore I want to come to my back. And I can put that in place, and this is going to be my front, so I want that on another print. You can see that I have 2 different fabrics. Again, peel off, get them apart, there we go, and position on. Now, one of the great advantages of steamer seam is that if I'm being really clever and I'm being frugal with my fabric, and for instance, if I needed to fit a leaf into that little gap there, I can actually peel it up again, because I haven't ironed it on yet, and I could just trim out that excess paper, and I could, it's tacky too in my fingers. Are you going to come and talk to the ladies for a minute, or would you like to zip this to your iron in a moment for me?
No,
my friend?
No, I'll swap.
Okay. So I could come and pop that in that gap that I just created by being able to lift it up, trim out that bit. Now they're my excess samples, so I'm not going to confuse myself. I'm going to put those all aside, in fact way aside, and in the bin. And when you're doing your trimming, girls, do it over the bin. Save yourself the trauma. One of these I have ironed, that one I haven't, so I can still peel it back and trim the paper. This one,
put your scraps in,
no, I'm good. No. This one I have ironed, so I can't, it's well and truly attached to the fabric. And further demonstration of how to do cutting, because we didn't all learn in kinder to use the big scissors and move the fabric or the paper instead of moving the, am I showing you very well? No, I'm not. Instead of moving the scissors around, I'm just doing long sweeping cuts and moving the paper to fit into the blades instead of changing the direction and becoming uncomfortable with my scissors. Long sweeping cuts. No pixelated, angly, funny edges. Nice, smooth curves. There we go. I'll move that out of the way for just a moment. And another advantage of the beautiful, that goes with those, so steamer seam, not soft and stable, is that now I can, here's an example of, I traced them in biro, and then I labelled these few afterwards. These are my back leaves, leafer, and these are my front leaves. And I did that in pencil, and you can see how the pencil can smudge. And I have got a little bit on my fingers, but trust me, if you do lots of cutting out, if I was to cut all of my leaves out, I would have very grey fingertips, and then it ends up getting on your work. Now, hands up who can't manage to get that bit apart. Often it's just you're fighting. So get a pin and drag it across the paper, and it tears the paper just enough that you can split it. And then I can get my fingernail under there, peel it off, and it's tacky. Whoop, tacky. Because it's my back leaf, I'm just going to lay it on my applique mat. Again, get my pin, give it a little score. Peel off the backing paper. It's my back leaf. Here are my front leaves that I prepared earlier.
Fiona's been watching us in the car park at the supermarket in Traralgon. Trafalgar. No, Trafalgar.
Trafalgar.
Oh,
I still know exactly where she is.
But she's going to head home now and watch the rest later.
And then I can see this is now not flipping around because I've taken the backing paper off. And can you see the underlap? I am actually putting it, you can just see at the bottom of your screen. Tell me if I need to move it, Leesa.
No, you're all good.
Now, didn't get it quite right.
Can
Can you see there? They don't overlap right. So it's repositionable. I haven't yet ironed it on.
So this is the main difference. I think I've explained to the girls before. The main difference between Leesa Fix and steamer seam.
Yeah.
And steamer seam's a bit thicker.
It is.
So if you were doing multiple layers of stuff, we'd probably go Leesa Fix. But we don't. 2, 3, 4's perfectly fine.
So now you can see
That's
I've
so
got my
much better, isn't
points much better aligned, and I can just finger press them together.
Nice.
And they're not going to move. I can take that into the ironing board then, and I can give it a little press, or I can just, I'll show you what I did do before. And it's very handy to do this. When I was doing the main cutting out before, I stood over the bin and just trim, no cleaning up to do later. Come back, get them aligned a bit better. Come on. And then, here are my blocks. Here's some I prepared earlier. I can actually pick up my leaf. I can, she says. With great
So you're going to put
conviction.
it on now?
No, I'm still going to go and iron it.
But you could do it all on one hit if you were super confident. Yeah, you don't have to iron on the Teflon mat.
No, but it's handy to put them together when you're layering up on the Teflon mat, the applique mat, and then I can pick up my whole unit and bring it over to my block.
Have you ever... I iron on this too, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because then you don't make ironing board disasters. Shall we mention the ironing board disasters?
No, let's not.
Lisa's ironing board looks like a train wreck.
Listen, in my defence...
It would only take one piece of Leesa.
No, it took one piece of one-sided
adhesive foam. Yeah.
And I've got a super hot, steamy sunbeam, and that was it.
So, there you go. They're ready for me to go and press, because I can still reposition them if I felt like I didn't get them in the right spot. I can still pick that up, give it another wiggle room, and I will go and press them. And on the back of the blocks, Leesa has very kindly put iron-on tear-away stabiliser, which makes stitching them just an absolute breeze. So I will go and press these and chop these out that I did for my fronts of these guys, and press these. And I might take these so I can come back and sew, and then
can you push the button?
I'll push the button. We're gonna have to dance with each other to get out of here. Oh, and you can talk to the ladies.
Over to the ladies.
Your
Yeah,
turn.
I don't think Pete's here, and I don't think John's here yet. So it's just the girls. Just the girls. Oh, I feel the pressure now. Feel the pressure. Right. while Em's gone, because we're doing everything all around the wrong way today. So first of all, I had one disaster and then I got it right. Something went wrong with the sound. It was on, it wasn't working. I think there was a plug not working. But there is a little short clip on Facebook before today's show that's only staying up till 6 o'clock tonight. And it's all about the fact that we had Melba tile print, kaleidoscope, whatever you want to call it, reprint arrive very shortly before the show. So there's a little special description on there, but if you go to the banner on the top of the website where it says today's show stuff here, it's in there, and it's only till 6 tonight. Then I'm going to take it down because it's naughty. But I wanted, I wanted to do it, and it's remember I talked to you about before ROT stock, so it's rolled on tube. So if you order 2 or 3 meters of it, we're going to do a very generous cut, and it comes off a big roll instead. So it's quite good because it doesn't have that. Particularly if you wanted to use it out flat, it doesn't have the crease down the middle. Anyway. Besides all of that, the other things that I've popped up today, some things, because there's so much on the website now, I like to actually tell you if things are back in stock. Steve put, hey Ange, I'll tell her when she gets back. Steve's got a great app on there now for us that it will tell you recently added products to the website, and they're always down the bottom. But if you want to know when something's back in stock, if you go to something that's out of stock, you can ask to be emailed and notified when it's back. And I'm going to assume that Ruthie did that in WA because I put up our felt baskets back in stock this morning, and within 30 seconds, I'm not kidding you, Ruth had ordered some. So you can do that, and it will tell you when they're back. But these are back. I've got 2 deliveries coming. I think we've got about 4 of them left now. If you don't know what these look like, I'm going to have one out to do a demo for you very shortly. But these are these lovely big folded felt baskets that we had, and they're back. A few now, and then I'm assuming that the reckoning's going about another week, and we'll have a lot more in. Em's going to work today with this fabric. So Em is, if you didn't know, is a bee freak. Like so many other people on this planet, she's a bee freak. So when I see bee fabric, if it's really good quality and it's metallic, because I've set myself those goals because there's a lot of bee fabric out there, I will buy it. Purely for her, if not for anyone else. But this is just very, very pretty. They are gold. It's all gold metallic around the bee, so it's super sunny yellow. It's Canvas Studios, which are Benetech's. So it's a beautiful brand. It's one of their little sub-brands. Canvas in association with Benetech's. It's called Buzzing Bee All Over. Oh, you've got to see this. She got very excited. It's not about the fabric, it's about the selvage these days. There are competitions on between designers about the selvage with the bees. That, I want to take that off and put that on the edge on a pencil case with a zip or something. How cute is that? So that one, anyway, I've just popped that up. It would go with our beautiful citron fabric that we had on Friday, which I think there's only a couple of meters left off. That you will gobble up. Well, I'm pretty sure it goes with that. I'll have to double check for you. Then there's some Michael Millers in. These are more of an unusual colour. I like to... Yeah, Carol, the bees are really good. The bees are good. Every now and then I like to go a little bit left field with colours because some people like red but not full on what I call sort of Chinese red. Some people like pink but not candy pink. They like salmon pink. So if I see things every now and then, I'll grab them. And also one of these prints I grabbed for clothing, not just, well, for me, not just for patchwork. So this is one of them. This is just full-on rose fabric. The reason for buying this for me, it's not metallic or anything. I saw this as table runners to go with all my pretty plates and plate, cup and saucer sets, all that sort of stuff.
High tea.
High tea. High tea.
Baby.
High tea. So that it's just full on. It's pretty. It can stand alone. Actually, the project Em's just going to show you today would be lovely with it. If you have someone that loves roses, it's very pretty, and I have put it out at just as a slightly little better price today. Then you've got this gorgeous one that's hanging up here. This for me is going to be a dress. I'm not putting it into a patchwork. I'm going to have it as a dress. But I also see this as cushions for Mum for outside in her garden. You know, roses, conservatories. It's that whole English look. It's got a little bit of Laura Ashley look about it. But it's just different. It's just really different to what we usually have. So that's up as well. And then I walked past these in the shop and went, oh, hello. Perfect.
Much like
absolutely.
Your scarf, Leesa.
Yeah, it's coral. It is coral red colour with it. So that's really lovely with it. So I've popped that and tagged it. That's one of those beautiful gelato ombres, and its code is C for coral, I'm guessing. And the other thing that I walked past and went, that's got to be it, is that beautiful, that is the medium. No.
You did say
the
medium.
light.
That's the light, is it?
I don't know. I've tagged it anyway, so you'll find it in the list of today's stuff.
It's the light.
It is the light, yeah. So that's the light denim. So this is not the heavy one I showed you last week with the lemons. This one is, it's light. It's beautiful. Shirting weight. So you could patchwork with it, but those two together, I like that on my table.
That'd be
With
a
a
nice
bowl of
bag
roses.
too.
Yeah, nice. Even a cosmetic bag or something. Yeah.
Last week's zippity doo
Last
bags.
zippity zoo doodah bags that we have not got back to because someone got snowed in. I'm not bitter at all. The child needs an education. I'm getting out of the way. I'll come back.
Well, I'm going to come and talk to using the num 23 foot.
Okay. These ones?
Yes.
Yeah, and then I'll come back for those. We've got a few feet. If you go and tick the banner, there are Bernina feet on special this week. Some I've only got 1 or 2 of. Others I've got 4 or 5 of. So if it's showing out of stock, it means someone's grabbed it. Sorry. But it doesn't allocate the stock to you until you check out. These are going on special. As you know, it's an ongoing thing. I kind of told Mr. Bernina that I'd be out for a while, and he said, oh, we'll talk about it next week. I'm not quite sure
what that means.
I don't know what that means, but I did tell him that we wanted to instigate the Chandler's Cottage Tea Party concept where we do high teas and Berninas and things together next year.
I'm feeling the need for a top hat with a 2 and 6 on it.
Yeah. Oh, come on. I love the concept of going to someone's house or a lifestyle village hall or something and doing the Chandler's Cottage high tea party.
We're all mad here.
Which is all about Berninas. So you can do it just amongst your friends, not at a big scary craft show or not in a shop, but I'm going now. Anyway, there are feet on special because whatever happens, we want to start with a clean slate at Christmas. Yes, we do. So there are feet. Please buy them so that before he sees what price I've put them out at. Shh, I'm going out of the way. I'll be back.
So, ladies, I do have my number 23 foot. I thought you were going to come
what
and push me.
What a surprise!
No, I didn't mean that I got one for my birthday.
Did you get one for your birthday?
Yes.
Was that one of the feet you got for your birthday?
That was one of the feet that you convinced the king that she needed to give me for my birthday.
Oh, number 37s are on special too. You cannot live without a 37. And you can't live without a second 37 because if you lose the first one...
Don't lose your feet. Off with her head, maybe, but losing your feet.
Well, no, you can buy one on special. It's a bit like my
That's
thimble.
true. Yes, that's true. If you can buy it on special, why not? So, the number 23 foot has a clear sole so you can see where you're going and where you've been when you are appliquing. And I need to come to number 3 camera. Now, on our leaf, not a good example, a bit hard to see the contrast. Please tell me, this might be a bit easier to see the contrast. That's it. Because I'd like to do it in one continuous motion, I'm thinking about it before I stitch it. And if I come down the middle first, and then around that side and back the other way, all of my turnings mean that my little legs on my blanket stitch are pointing to the inside, and the straight line on my blanket stitch is on the raw edge. So I'm going to start here at what I would call the top of the leaf, go down to the tip and turn, and then come round and go back down again to the tip. Hello, did you wish to speak?
No, just tell Flick, don't worry, I'll bring one with me.
Okay.
Oh, no, there were questions while you were doing that, sorry. I think Carol asked before, can we increase
The underlap.
the size of an Elliot's Garden to a big quilt? And my answer would be,
How big?
you can.
You could,
but
but-
we'd actually probably suggest a Southern Jewel too.
That's actually a very good idea if you wanted to make it that big.
Or a Summer Palace.
Yes.
We're bringing back the Summer Palace. Oh no, it was Kathy. It was Kathy.
Ladies, I am down at the point. When I'm at the point, or anywhere where I wish to pivot, I need to make sure that the needle is down in the long side. This side, not over in the leg side. Because if I pivot and the needle is down midway through a leg side, so what did I do? I've gone the wrong way.
Yeah, Fiona, they're for Elliot's Garden, mate. Sorry if you missed the start of the show. Fiona's good. What are the leaves for? The leaves are for Elliot's Garden.
Yes. If I pivot in the middle of a leg, it means that the leg splits. So I want to make sure that I'm on the outside edge when I pivot doing my machine applique. And I think I just did that one wrong, and I may have just got away with it. Don't tell Leesa. But the great thing about this number 23 foot is I can see. Now I'm almost up to the top of the leaf again, and because I'm going to stitch over that initial line of stitching, I'm just going to snip that starting thread before I get there, pivoting on the outside. And I didn't show you, ladies, I will come back to this and show you in just a moment. I did some stitch outs first because I know I have a Bernina at home, but all machines have a different sequence when they do their blanket stitch, and I haven't done it on the Bernina yet, so I just did a few practice stitch outs just to see the sequence of the stitch on this machine, and also to check to see what stitch lengths work best for my current project. And that's a thank you Eileen Campbell technique, because I've got a really light green and I can't see where the edge of the leaf is. There we go. I'm just going to come back a little bit, because Eileen recommends stitching out so you can see exactly what things are going to do. Knock that off.
Jane Warren's in the building.
Hello, Jane. Snip.
She's got a name for us.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
I hope it's a nice name. There you go.
It is.
There's our stitched out leaf.
Oh,
And,
nice. Then we only need another 8, thanks.
well, smarty panties. There's another 7. Oh, not quite. I've got 3 more here. I told Fib. So if I cut to camera 2,
There you go.
I'm getting the hang of this. You can see here that I started with the default stitching as it was, just preset in the machine. It's very hard to actually see the metallic thread, but with my pencil I wrote what the stitch width was. It was 2.3 and the stitch length was 2.6, but I felt that was too close together, so then I opened it up a little bit. The stitch length, I made the stitch length longer. Sorry, Lisa's just changed my focal point.
I'm trying to get it, yeah.
Oh, that's a little bit better that way.
I can go more.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, there you go.
So you can see up here,
That's good.
I felt like my stitches were a bit too close together and a little bit short in their leg, what I call the leg part. But that I wrote down on the fabric what it was, what the stitch width and length were. So down here I changed it to a stitch width of 2, so I've made it smaller, and a stitch length of 3 so that I'm travelling further along the outside edge. And then I did some little practice runs going around curves. Where am I? Down here. And you can see that I think this edge here, I left it all on the same stitch length and width, but I realised that I needed to slow down and not turn my corners too sharply because they look a bit too far apart, whereas on the concave side they're just perfect. So it's a good idea, and do it exactly, set it all up exactly as you will do. So I do have the tearaway stabiliser on the back, so I can tear that off later. So it's exactly as I would have. And these bits are actually what I cut off when I was trimming them up to shape before I put them on.
We don't know what everyone's got for machines, but we know with our Berninas we've got a favourite section actually to save your settings.
There you go. I haven't had that lobotomy.
You haven't had that
Nope.
lobotomy yet.
But it's worth working out and stitching out on your...
Sorry.
She's tricking me now.
No.
On your machine, whatever make or model it is, and seeing how the process, I know on an old machine that I used to have, it would do a 1-2 side step, 1-2 side step. On the Bernina, it's 1 side step, 1 side step, 1. So it's different with every make and model. It's worth knowing how yours works so that you know whereabouts in the sequence to do your turning of your corners. You don't really want me to sit here and sew 3 more, do you?
No.
Okay. What would you like me to do now?
Well, I'll hop in and finish showing the girls what's new.
Okay.
I'm going to have to walk in front of the camera to do it.
Oh, really? Well, would you like me to show the girls? Oh, let's cut to this just for a minute.
All right, you do that, and then I can, because I don't want to slip it. There you go.
I heard Leesa talking about selfish. I did get a bit excited when she showed me today the bumblebees. As you can see, I know you can't see, but you will see. I've got my bee earrings and my bee brooch on again today. But look at these cute little bumblebees. Leesa thought I was mad, but I had to tie it in a little bow. Aren't they just the cutest little things? You're back. You're on.
Okay. Donna says, thank you. I never know my leg stitch was supposed to be on the outside or the inside of the applique.
Oh, on the inside, so it's holding down your
On
applique.
the inside. But there are, you've got to check your machines for your blanket stitch as well, though, Donna, in fairness, because a lot of machines you can switch.
Some have a reversing.
You can have a reverse button. So we know with our...
I think there's 3.
Judy Vermilion have 770's got it. I don't know.
And
Have we got a 720? Is there a reverse?
We can actually choose a different
we
stitch
can
number
do that.
and it stitches on the other side.
Yeah, so on a 475, you've got 1309 or 1312, left, right.
Yep.
And then on the dual feed, so up to the, I think the 570, 590, 770, 790, there's a mirror button.
It just flips it
It will
over.
just flip it over for you. I'm sure we did that, didn't we? On Decorative Stitch Day or something on the Bernina Day, which I need to do a Bernina Day. I'm going to say this now in case I forget at the end. I will try and pop it back in and say hi before the end of the week, but it's a big week because, not just because Steve's coming back. Sorry?
You got things on.
We've got things on because we're getting ready for our 5 days in a row next week for the Christmas special, but also that special YouTube craft and cook show that I wanted to do for Christmas. We're actually filming that. We've got to go country to do that on Saturday. So Friday's kind of pack it all up, shoot off early, do all of that, and then we'll come back and edit it. We were going to air it next week, but we think we're going to save it. It's a bit Christmas.
Very special.
It's very special. So we're going to put that out on YouTube and Facebook every day, first week in December. But it's a very busy week, and someone's got to get their hair done. Right.
Oh, I had an extra cut last night. I kid you
How
not.
did you get an
5
extra
minutes? Because I was at the right place at the right time, and my hairdresser was there, and I said, "Can you just cut off this little bit behind my ear?"
I don't want to know. I don't know. She's had 2 haircuts. I've had none. My hairdresser decided not to reopen.
Yes, I heard about your hairdressers.
So I'm going to Mum's tomorrow. Anyway, that's all right. All right, new things up. So this is really interesting. As you know, I don't stock traditional shibori style fabrics. This is not. It looks like it, but it's not. This is Robert Kaufman, and it is digitally printed, so it's actually beautiful fabric. It's like Jason Yentor's In the Beginning fabrics. It's really soft, and it will drape. So it's 100% cotton, but if you are into making summer tops or whatever, it's beautiful. But I also think you could marry this up with a plain white fabric and do some sashiko with it. But it's really, really lovely. I'll just give you the close up. Oh, my zips are moving on the. Oh, you can read that. That's too hard for me to answer that question. Christine Davey, if she's sewing it light and dark, look at that. See, it's just
by hand. Which would you match
beautiful
the thread with? Are we piecing? If we're piecing, I'd go for the dark.
Yeah.
And if it's black, always black, because it will look like missing teeth if you do so with a light fabric.
Correct.
Or even if it's grey. Sorry, if it's black, don't use grey. Use black thread.
Did you get that? If it's grey, use.
No, if it's black fabric,
yes,
use black thread.
Use black thread,
not grey, because the grey will show up.
Well, it depends on if she wants to. If we're talking blanket stitch, I don't actually read it. Piecing, I would go. Yeah, if it's black, go black. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Now remember the llamas. Now they are llamas, Emma. They are not alpacas. Why? Because it says so on the selvage. They are llamas. I hit a big fat bottle llamas. There are some
big
secret llama lovers out there, let me tell you.
The llama loving lurkers.
So we've got the llamas, but now we have.
That looks like fun.
Isn't that fun? Oh. It's medallions. So this came in, and this goes with your llamas, because everyone needs some medallions to go with their llamas. Then I thought. Remember you used this last week?
I did, for one of our little zippity doodads.
Zippity doodads, yeah, well that worked. There was none left, so I had to get some more. So that's the solid that goes with it. So that's up. And then I had to have the red.
It's very nice red.
Any minute now I'm going to drop everything. No,
okay.
No, I'm not.
I'll just come around to the catcher's position.
So that's the red. So that just gives you a little bit of an idea of a lot of fun, a lot of bright stuff. But then the piece de resistance.
The pièce de résistance
is the turtles.
Oh, look, turtle!
The turtles came as well. So they go with the aqua, they go with the llamas, they go with the medallion. It all goes together. I'll now try and clean up the mess and lay them out for you in some sort of sensible fashion, for camera 2. So that's our aqua. There's our guys from last week. Oh, we haven't finished the zip stuff. You know why I haven't finished the zip stuff? Because I spent the whole week cutting zips for people. So, Emma, thank you very much. You made my life very interesting for a week, cutting zips. You've still got lots of it. So there's the turtles.
Just put my hand on there.
Now. Take them away. Take them away. Take them away.
Take him away.
So there's the turtles. They've got little Aztec-y shells.
They do.
I'm not sure it's showing up that well on the camera, but it is white. It is a white background. White background. So much fun. Because it's not always about what we design and make. You've got to think about if I was making something for someone else. What do you want?
The red.
She's trying to whisper at me. I'm going, what?
Oh, come on, I haven't got a mask on. You can read my lips.
Hey, what am I taking for Margaret's birthday on Thursday?
Is Margaret watching? We can't tell her.
No. I don't think she's watching.
Are you taking high tea?
I'm not taking candle wicking, that's for sure. I was going to take lunch on a high tea stand.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, some of the delicious sandwiches that you made last week.
Oh, yeah, the sandwich things. Yeah. I've
Maybe
got 2 days.
You could take some red velvet cupcakes with piping on them. Sorry, brag.
I'm really glad you didn't bring them. It set
No,
me
because
back.
we would have eaten them.
Meg's had a bit of a meltdown. I think it's the turtles. She's had a bit of a meltdown. All right, and then what I did, I made up a little pack, a little love pack. They are fat quarters. There you go.
Fun quarters.
Now it works out, I think you get, Lisa's camera, I zoomed it for a minute before and I forgot. You end up getting one of these for free. Oh. It's actually a value pack.
Nice.
So we'll just drape that, shall we? Just drape that artistically. Speaking of bees, it was just a friendly reminder.
Bee's knees, isn't it?
We have, this is Summer in the Cotswolds.
Oh, it says bee's knees on the selvage.
Well, it may, but it's also Summer in the Cotswolds. I have to say that. We've got 2 other bee fabrics. If you've missed them before, this beautiful. Is it like, you call that, it's not a delf blue, it's not a Wedgwood blue.
It's more a denim grey,
blue?
even.
Yeah.
Show me the selvage. It looks interesting, but I'm at the wrong angle.
Which one? Where? The selvage?
It's got something interesting on the selvage.
It's got bee's knees. Oh, it's got little beehives.
Are they hives?
They're little beehives.
Cute.
Oh, Jane gets the creativity award for the day.
What'd she make?
She said you could use the medallions to create larger turtle appliques.
Oh, clever.
Smart pants. Alright, now those bees come in cream as well. I love this as a neutral /
I'm seeing some new masks because I'm going to have to be wearing masks at school forever. And then a little bit of a faux pas on my account. How many times did I order this? 3.
I ordered it 3 times because I got excited that it was back in stock at my supplier in the US, but I ordered it 3 times. I do not need 3 bolts, so that is unspecial because I don't have room to keep 3 bolts. So that's up as well. That is Hoffman, and it is, what's it called? Eucalyptus. Could that would also work.
You got so excited?
No, I don't know what happened. I don't understand. Alright, so that's all that. I'm coming back to talk feet. The other thing too, just a little bit of an update on the thread specials. I have, most of them are gone. A lot of them have gone. And the ones that are left, they're not left because they're not the most popular. They're just the ones by coincidence or because we had more stock to use to make up the value packs. So we've got Sugar and Spice is still in stock, which are all of the pinks. And I just wanted to show you, they kind of vary. You get potluck which one you got, but I just thought I'd better show you the sort of stuff that you get, or you might get in your pack of Sugar and Spice. So they're all pinks. Then what I've done, just to really up the ante this week, if you order one of these from today's show, and this would be, say, until I've run out, you're going to get a free, bigger, variegated pink with it. So I would have a look. If I, for example, if I chose you that pink pack, which has got some salmon pinks in, that would be the perfect match. If I choose you one, if you get this one, for example, that would be more along the lines of putting that one with it. So I'll make sure that they complement each other. So they're only $12.50.
Oh.
To get 5, and then we're putting in one of those, which is worth $6-7 on its own.
Okay.
You know me, I'm just a bit OCD. I want a clean slate and I want to start again. Then we've still got wattle. So wattle we've got 6 packs of left. Again, you're going to get a whole mix of yellows, golds, tans if you get one of those. And the same deal goes that I will match it up with one of the variegateds that's going to complement this that's left. So if you grab some and you didn't grab the yellow, or you want some more, I've got those. That is prime real estate where the threads sit.
It is.
And they have to go because it is now Zip City. All of the zip pulls are there. And we've got all the combinations up on the wall. So if you order this one, you're going to put those pulls with it. It's all very... I'm not doing very well with the threads. Actually, wouldn't those waffle ones would look really nice with the...
Yes.
You want to do that? Let's do that, Em. Later.
Are you trying to talk me into an embroidery module
No.
for my machine?
Not at all. You don't need one. Who said something? Does it have silver highlights? I don't know which one. Fleck. Tell me what you're talking about. Which one? You've obviously
It might
said
have been
the
the
bees.
turtles.
The turtles. Oh, the teal. It'll be the eucalyptus.
Oh, it's gold.
No, it's gold. It's gold. I know what you're thinking.
Not
No,
with
with
Melba.
Melba. Well, I don't know. It's so good, and there's not a lot of gold in there.
No.
Be up to you. These have been out of stock for ages. The Creative Grids rulers. So the 12.5s are back in stock, and the 6.5. Is that what you were using?
6.5 square. That would actually be very handy. I think that is in the little bucket over there that I'm using later.
Oh. So the 6.5, I think they were getting low, so I topped those up, but we've got the 12.5, which I love. When we come to do our stockings and our crazy patchwork, we need these. Trust me,
Okay.
I'm a food scientist. I know what I'm talking about. And
see, I like this one because it's really handy for your cross cutting.
so we've all got 6.5-inch squares, yes, but I decided that my wrists now don't like holding a 6.5-inch square ruler, but they don't mind these because these are the grip ones. So these are the Creative
True
Grid
grips
ones
on
that
the
they hold. So I've just found it so much nicer
You don't have
on
to
my
put as
wrists.
much pressure on.
No, same with these little rulers. So they're in there now too.
That one that you just dropped back in, can you drop that in the white container?
Which one?
Oh,
This
yeah,
is
that one.
I'll get in trouble. Can I put this somewhere? Can I put that there? Is that in your way?
I don't know, I'll tell you later.
Is that it? Can I go now? Oh no, I can't. Wait.
But wait, there's more.
Wait, there's more. And there's no steak knives though.
But you're close, you've got scissors to go.
Wait. In stock because by request. And you know what? People request things and then I forget who it was that requested it. This is beautiful clover gold eye embroidery needles in a variety pack.
Handy.
Handy, size 3 to 9. So as Emma said, if you're getting a bit light on embroidery needles.
No, it's that time of the year. You've got to buy a few packets for next year. You put them in your stocking for stocking stuffers and you are happy.
Stocking stuffers.
Hello. Oh, and you have more stocking stuffers in your hands.
I do. Big stocking though, like serious stocking.
They fit perfectly in our stocking. Is it a free download?
Our stocking, absolutely.
Well, there you go.
In our stocking. Fiona's having her grey hairs done tomorrow. Mine's thinking about going grey. It's kind of is, it kind of isn't. It's thinking about it.
And
It
I'm just
should
standing
be.
over here screaming.
Yes, shut up. We had the 5.5 and then they were out of stock and they are back in. So these are the beautiful Kai Japanese scissors. This is where I was going to put up a little Facebook post and I thought it might have got taken down by Facebook because I was going to put choose your weapons
Oh, yes.
of mass cutting and then I
No,
thought
mass construction.
mass construction. Let's see if I can do it and they don't
Weapons
take it
of
down.
mass construction.
This size is beautiful for what Emma was doing for trimming threads through to cutting out small pieces for applique. Take it up a notch. So this is sort of getting a little bit more serious. I use ones like this when I'm trimming my seam allowances back on bags and things like that. So I love that size. And by special request, I got the big boys in. So this is your stock standard size of scissor that we use all the time for dressmaking, cutting out on grande sale. But that is normal size.
But also cutting out bags.
Yeah.
And they were the size that I was using, you can see them right there, to cut those leaves because you want long sweeping curves, not short little cuts.
Right, okay. So that's what I that's what I grew up with, classic size scissors. So they are
8.5?
8 2/3.
Oh, 8 2/3. Excuse me.
Cutters in stock. Rotary cutter blades back in stock. Why? Because I now have a website that tells me what is getting low.
You don't have to see it. You can just look on the website.
And the mint zips arrived. I can't tell you how long I waited for the mint zips, so they're back in stock as well. So he doesn't want to stay.
No, I think the plastic just wasn't up high enough.
Okay. Zips are all in stock again. Not just the new ones that we did last week, but all of our birch ones. I mean, who doesn't want another rotary cutter for Christmas? You can never have too many rotary cutters.
Absolutely not. How many do you think you've got, Leesa, in your personal stash? Not your work stash.
It's a blurred line. It's a blurred line now. Here we go. She's deciding how many rotary cutters I've got.
No, I'm counting mine.
Oh, I thought you were cutting.
I've got 6 if I count the one that's at Mum's.
Are we including different sizes?
Yeah. Oh, no. 7, 8.
I'm getting out of here now. You come back. And then I'll go and count my rotary cutters.
Okay.
Alright.
Yes, we are all a little bit mad here. Now, Leesa asked me to have a play with my friends, the bees. See, the bees. And...
Sorry, we missed something. Hello, Linda. Linda's late. She's here. We can start.
I hope you've got a late note. A tardy note. So we're going to make Leesa's biscuit basket. Leesa, is this a pattern for printable download?
Yes, it will be a download. Sorry, I'm not the other end. We're going to pop it up as a download, but it'll be a freebie for the girls in a quilter's life.
There you go. But I'm going to demonstrate to you this afternoon how to make it.
A lot of girls would have made one, but
Oh yes.
then, you know, we forget about things like this.
Yeah. Let's go around the horn again.
Do you want me to get you a bowl of Melba? Because we know it works.
Oh, well, you know that thing that arrived on the truck today? That works deliciously in a biscuit basket. A tisket, a tasket, some biscuits in a basket. I'm taking off my 23 and I'm going to pop on my number. No, it's a 50, isn't it?
It is a 50.
It's the foot you buy when you turn 50.
How many do we need? Because we've got a few spares. I should put them on special.
Have we got spares? I am trying to do this and I'm not actually looking very well at what I am doing.
Yeah, when you change cameras, I'll go and put them on special for the girls. If you don't have a walking foot, stand by. How many have I got?
It's not playing nicely with me. I had this on earlier and now I can't get it to go back on again. Just having a little moment here.
You got it in?
No.
Ah, here, let me. It's a little bit of a...
Oh, but I put it on this morning. I cannot do it. It's not playing with me.
Can you pop on... Oh, I'm going to need to zoom that camera out.
Which one? Number?
Oh, I want number 3, please. Can you put me on number 3? Tap. All right. Now, if Emma Bowman, you had been watching my Bernina, Get to Know Your Bernina Facebook on a Saturday...
Can I watch it on YouTube later?
You can watch YouTube later. There is a knack. So this bit, as you
I've
well
been
know...
using mine all weekend.
Oh, it's just a bit of stage fright then.
Yeah.
You've got to pop it up onto
Yeah,
there.
did that.
No, and what I said to the girls is when I'm sitting at a different angle to... I'm going to put it on without that.
Yeah.
To what I usually sew at. So they're used to me not being able to get feet on because I sit the machine usually on an angle for them to see
Oh, there you go.
really well.
And that's exactly what my problem was. I'm just at a different angle.
Yeah, just a different angle. We're on. So you've got...
I've been sewing Visaflex. There's gum on the needle.
You have got gum on your needle. So if this happens to you at home, just have your little...
Some alcohol swabs.
Yeah,
Don't
and-
bother. Don't bother. I'm about to change threads.
But I like showing off that I can actually thread it. What is your problem? All right, I'm getting out now. But you put it back to number 1 and give the girls the lecture on what to do. Cut their thread. Just cut. How to cut their thread.
Yes, that was.
You
that
can
was.
never give the lecture to
No,
your client.
no. Who used to do this when they were changing threads? Pick it up and just pull it off. Not good. Snip it before it goes through any tension discs and take it out from the needle. Why? What's the hardest thing you can ask your body to do? Not having children. That's meant to go that way. But if you actually make your digestive system work in reverse, that's what you're asking your sewing machine to do. And it's not very comfortable or pleasant, is it? So let's not do it to our machine.
Yeah. Do you think the girls can tell that you work in a primary school the other 3 days of the week? Do you think?
Yeah, but I'm not in a classroom.
I don't think it matters.
Whoops.
Can I tell you, Emma was really worried. I'm
Hang
going to
on,
tell
are we
them
on the
truth
right
serum.
Yes.
Truth serum. Emma was really worried one day at the warehouse. She came up to me and she said, I think I offended those girls. Do you remember that?
I've probably done it more than once.
It was when we opened up again last year and you said,
Oh,
we said, now girls, have we forgotten something?
Oh, I did. I was just about to say, was it when those ladies showed up at the door with
No
masks? And of course now I've got students at school that have to wear them, and it's very unfortunate when they arrive at the office and they're at half-mast, or they're down here as little chin slings. But, you know, I'm going to have to wear one at work forever probably, which is annoying, but
So the girls,
it's the thing
we
need
should
to
tell the
do.
girls that we do actually look after ourselves, and if we have a sniffle, we're
We're not here.
We're not here, and we're doing antigen rapid testing.
Rapid
Whatever it
antigen
is.
testing, that one? Yeah. New bobbin.
Fiona says she doesn't know how to use her Kai cutter.
Oh, go and get me one so that you can...
One of my 5.
5. And look, I've even got a cutting mat here for you that you can show the ladies on in a moment, or show them on in a moment. So I have cut out my pieces for my biscuit basket. I have my backing and my beautiful bee print, and I've cut them out per the pattern. And I've also cut out and folded my 1-inch little ties, and I've folded them in and pressed them in Leesa's usual cut to, if I go to this camera right on the other side, and I've folded them in 4 times, and I actually did that with the aid of a 12mm bias maker and some starch, because usually it would not stand up like this. It would just be all ploppy. And then I'm going to top stitch down. We're going to go back to normal stitching. Top stitch down the middle. And of course I'm starting on a really skinny bit that doesn't have a lot of traction at the back, but now I can just top stitch right down the middle. And trim off those little threads. And I did notice that when I was using the bias maker, I had one end that seemed to be a little bit softer, and that's usually the end that's easier to tie in a little knot so that I can use them on my biscuit basket. And I want to pull the knot right down to the very end of the tie. And now I'm going to go over to number 2. So I've prepared all of my pieces, and I've cut my double-sided, what is this delightful thing? Iron-on double-sided adhesive foam, and marked as per the pattern, this way, marked in where I will cut away, as you can see that I have done in the other corners already, because we want the little corners of the biscuit basket to be soft enough to pull up. Now, because in our original sample per the pattern we didn't use fusible foam, we used really unpleasant iron-on violin, I think it was, and it was we didn't have a pleasant name for it. It was very, very rigid and unpleasant to use. The other thing that I have done here is mark as per the pattern the required amount in, and I'm just using a Frixian marker because eventually I will iron this, and I'm marking in, oh that's right, I'm telling you why I've altered it slightly with the double-sided fusible bashing. So they will become my soft corners that will fold up on the outside. But the fusible bashing in the original pattern, we had it the same size as the wrong way, the same size as the actual fabric squares, but because we realised just before I started sewing that it would be too bulky in the seam allowance, we've actually trimmed off 1/4 of an inch around all sides. And then I'm layering up, positioning my ties and pinning them in place. It's a while since I've made a biscuit basket. Did that first come out with the Dutch cottage, Leesa? Oh, she's run away and I put it on the wrong side. I'm sure that we first did the biscuit basket with Leesa's beautiful Delft Dutch cottage, all those beautiful blues and whites. There we go, everybody pinned in place. And now, so that we don't end up in a tiz with our knotted bits getting caught, I want everybody to go into the middle so I can start layering up. There's my little ruler that Leesa had on special before, and I've just used it for marking up. It's great for marking up the position of handles for bags as well, when you've made up your whole outer bag and you've just got to set the handles in 2 1/4 inches or something like that. And I am pinning into place in the corners for now. Oh, that's another stocking stuffer. Leesa, do we have stock of pins? She's too far away, she can't hear me. But that's a great stocking stuffer if you need one, girls. Or if you're like me and everyone in your house has an advent calendar with the pockets on it that you can put the fun things into. It doesn't have to be chocolate. It could be a bobbin, it could be pins. No, it doesn't. Tell me, do you want to get fatter or do you want to do sewing?
No, I'm too busy trying to lose weight without putting it on.
There we go. So you want bobbins in your in your advent calendar, or feet, even better, feet. So I'm layering everything up. Oh, this is going to be interesting because it won't sew it into place. It might be a little bit of an iron in place. What I'm going to do, because this is double-sided fusible, I will be using the applique mat, but right now I am going to go over to the sewing machine with my walking foot on. It doesn't really matter, but I am going to leave a 3-inch opening, so I'm going to pop another pin in to remind me to stop. And I'm just going to zip around all these sides, and I feel like I'm sitting very, very low, but that's okay. And the great thing about, or another one of the great things about the Bernina walking foot is the little notches and markings, and the 37 foot. It shows you when you are 1/4 of an inch away from the approaching raw edge, so you know when to turn and pivot. I can feel that underneath my little tie is a bit crooked, so I'm just going to pop that up and straighten it up a little. Otherwise it'll be a little bit skewy when it comes to tying up the edge of my basket, the corners of my basket, which brings it into the 3rd dimension. And these little baskets also featured after the Dutch cottage in Leesa's, actually my picnic set. I made a picnic basket and used the Melba border stripe, and we had a lovely picnic blanket, and of course we had used the Melba tile print that's back in stock today. How very exciting. And we made biscuit baskets, and in my picnic, my personal picnic set, we have 4 biscuit baskets that we use when we're on a picnic having lunch, and it has had a bit of use with our release from lockdown when we could go on picnics but we couldn't go and visit people in houses. And there was a lovely bottle bag and a bag for cups. And it just makes going out for a picnic a little bit more stylish. Sorry, I'm trying to sew fast, but then you can't hear me if I'm speaking. But we'd like to get everything in place, all done. I must say, while I love the 475, I have got very used to my 720 that lifts its little foot up when I stop at the corner. And it puts its little foot down when I start sewing, because this morning when I started sewing, it didn't do that. It beeped at me when I put my foot down. It said, you haven't got your foot down.
Oh. Diana's up.
Good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon.
Diana's up. Diana's in Costa Rica.
Oh, and thank you, Nathan, our Bernina Victorian sales rep, who was telling me that the Bernina walking foot, it's actually a marathon foot. It can run. And it does. It doesn't clunk away like my old machine used to. It just sounds so lovely and smooth, and it's happy to run long distances, putting bindings on things, which I've been doing at home myself in the last week.
He's shown up now.
Yeah, who has time for personal sewing? I do when I don't actually take home any homework. And I did send Leesa a text during the weekend to say, have I told you lately that I love my Bernina? Because it is so easy to switch from piecing foot to walking foot to quilting foot. And I was churning out the projects. And here I come back to my reminder to stop sewing pin. Oops. And I am going to very carefully come back here and clip my corners.
Thank you, Carol Newton. I got your message. And
would you like me to come back to here for you and you can talk to Carol?
Oh, I just got a nice message from Carol.
Oh, did you?
Thanks, Carol. That's very nice. I'll be in touch. Yes, and I just wanted to Flick. So Flick lives in
Felicity. Yes.
Felicity lives in St Helens.
There you go. That was your whole address because I know it off by heart.
Felicity lives in St Helens, and in St Helens there is a beautiful patchwork shop. You know, Annie's patchwork shop, Annie's Cottage Crafts. You know how Annie's the McKenna Ryan queen?
Oh, yes.
But beautiful, beautiful shop. She's got really, really nice taste. And if those of you that remember our botanical bag challenge that we had, it was Annie's daughter.
Oh,
remember?
yes, with the beautiful felted thing with the
one
stick handles and...
No.
It didn't have branches.
No, not that year. The
No?
year before. Oh, sorry, Great Australian Bag Challenge. Year before. One with, remember the felted, and I can't get it out of my mouth, the felted animals on the felted bag, on the, you had a kookaburra and everything.
Yes,
Anyway,
I do remember. I need to go to the ironing
so,
board. Could you
what I was going to
stay
say
and chat?
is that Annie, I'll be packing up tomorrow or Thursday a whole box of Under the Australian Sun in Melbourne, so we will.
Oh,
so
we will be
in Tassie. So if you would like to support your local business in Northern Tasmania, Annie will have my fabrics in her store.
That's exciting.
Which is so exciting.
Hey, is she
very
very
happy.
in Melbourne Childproof? Or
I
is she
don't
under,
remember.
Is she under, just under
No,
the
it's
Australian
mostly
Sun?
Under the Australian Sun.
I had a light bulb moment. If
Did
there's
you?
no bashing in the seam allowance, no, I told the girls, there's no batting in the seam allowance, so I'm going to go to my applique mat on the ironing board so I don't stick this to the ironing board.
Stick it.
Because it's not stitched into the seam allowance. I'll be back.
Should be back. Can I use the machine yet?
Sure, it's just on a straight switch on the walking board.
Right. Are you using it again?
Shortly.
All right. Well, while Em's gone, she hasn't gone far. well, she could just keep walking and be out the front door and I wouldn't know about it. The other feet that are on special, and see, I'm out there and I can see who's been ordering. I know what you're all up to. I can see it. So we've got the 37 on special, which is 1/4 inch, 23. The other ones that I've popped up are a number 25 and a 21. So I'm going to show you what these do, and these are all about couching and embellishment. So they're going to be used to help me embellish my felt basket. But because of what we're doing today and the way I've got the table laid out, the basket takes up so much room because when it's stiff, I'll show you all laid out. So I've got a piece of fabric ready to go, and I'm going to go and get my braid ready to use a number 21. If you've got an accessory book for your Bernina, quickly go and get it and have a look. Hold your phone on camera over the QR code and it will bring you up the little demo, but I'll do one for you as well. This is about, oh sorry, that little hole there. So I'm going to be able to feed cord or ribbon through that little hole, and you'll see on the back it's got quite an open wide area underneath. So as that goes in, then I've got my ridge in here for a zigzag to hold down and couch down anything that I have got happening. So that's going to come over the top and hold it all in place. So I'm going to set that one up to use, and then the other one is a 25. These are kind of impulse buys, I will admit. It's not like I'm giving you a specific project to use them for, but they are on special. So then that makes them kind of a more feasible impulse buy. This is the other one. So this is the 25. And so the difference with this one is, instead of having that little hole for you to put a cord through, this one has little grooves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little grooves across here. So you can actually couch down 5 separate little threads. And on the back you can see it's got the same setup as the single cord one, but now you've got 5 little grooves for it to feed through underneath as well. So this one's really good if you want to couch down multiple threads, like a pearl cotton or something like that. When I first had a go with one of these, and it was probably at a Bernina demo, they had 5 different thread colours. And it was very, very impressive. So, but variegated threads, I've got some Dazzle that I'm going to use. Let me put it back in the right one. Put it back in the right one. Yeah, so and just while Em's coming back, I'll get back to you about another show for this week. But it's a big thing for us to go and try and film remotely for the first time. And the whole family are involved. Phil's coming. He's on IT. There's a family meeting Wednesday night. When the Viking is back from his trips. You right, Em?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just going to get a break.
She's got sidetracked in my sewing room. She's got sidetracked in my sewing room. Unbelievable. Get out of my sewing room. Can't just... Did you hear her? She's going on about the rainbow faucets in my office. Alright, so that's on special. That's on... Oh, there was one more thing. I will show you this now, because then I'm going to give it to her, and then when I take over next time, that's it. She's out for the day. Mum's Remnants, so Pam's Remnants packs. This is all I have left. So if you do buy some now, it's getting a little bit hard for me to actually match what you would like to what I've got left. So there's only about 10, 12 left. But there are some beautiful batik ones. So if you do want to grab one and you want to say, I want a batik one, then please just put that in the comments underneath. And I will, see, they still look yummy. So you can say, Leesa, I want a black and red one. Leesa, I want the butterfly one. Green one. So, oh, Leesa, I want the teal and gold one. Let's see. So they're still there, and then I've got about 5 left of those massive packs of the 10 fat quarters for $40. So there's about, yeah, there's not many of those left, but I've still got some of them. So if you want to let me know, that would be super, and I will do that. applique sampler wise as well, I mentioned the other day on the Facebook feed as well that some of you did not get your graphite paper, so that's in the mail to you as well. I cannot fill in any more time.
Sorry, I'm burning my fingers.
She's burning her fingers. Anyway, she'll be back in a tick. Then I had queries about machines after me saying, oh sorry, I do have a list. I had queries about sewing machines after I said that we might be taking a break from being a dealer. So thank you for those. I will get in touch with you. I can do them, but I'm just waiting to find out what stock we've got and when it's coming in, because I don't want to say yes to a machine if I can't get it to you before Christmas, because everyone wants their machines for Christmas, don't they?
Sorry, that was tricky.
Next time we'll bring the iron in here.
That's a good idea.
But no, the girls are fine. I could talk to the girls all day and they could ask me questions all day and we could kind of just forget that you're here, really. But we won't. Well, we could get sidetracked.
I could just
You
keep
could
walking out the front
just
door.
keep walking. Oh,
I
so
forgot
fun.
to pick up my keys.
You left your lunch bag here too. You left your lunchbox last week.
Did I?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think so.
In you go.
Jeez, hard taskmaster. Okay, so that was a little bit challenging because of double-sided fusible, but I used the applique mat and Lisa's ironing board is still looking schmick. But the tricky bit was where I turned it through. That little gap there, if I go over here, that little gap there, which I am now about to top stitch per the pattern all the way around, but it was, actually that's good on the black, it was challenging to get those bits to align nicely around the soft and stable. And if I go back here, in order to close up that turning area that I left, I'm going to top stitch, and I'm not top stitching 1/4 of an inch because that won't catch my seam allowance here, and I'd really love a satay stick or a quilter's tailor's awl or something like that, but a satay stick, if we haven't got a tailor's awl, is always a good idea. I'm just going to pull my bits all into place and top stitching just a little 1/8 of an inch so that I catch those seam allowances as I close up that opening that we left for turning. And I am used to using a satay stick or a tailor's awl. I can get my fingers out of the way and I can feed it all the way into the stitching area. There we go, that's better. Sorry, my bangles are making too much noise on the extension table. And we're going to zip all the way around there. And Leesa, I think, told you about the other feet that she's got on special today, and she's about to come back and demonstrate them, I believe.
What?
You're coming back to demonstrate to the ladies the other feet you've got on special? Oh, did you pop the walking foot up?
Oh, no, sorry. I'll do it right now.
Especially because I'm stitching on the foam batting and I have multiple layers. The walking foot is just fabulous for that. And when I top stitched down these little ties, that was really, really nice, because I had 4 layers of fabric. I know that I'm going to get serious traction in there. And now I am round that, across that edge, and I can, thank you Nathan, put on my running foot. Because it's a Bernina, it's not going to have a blowout, which I have done. I have actually worn out one of my walking feet on another machine. Top stitching around all the edges, and then I will get the U-Butte lovely rulers that Leesa had and has on special, or has up on today's banner.
Janine, you can come again.
What does Janine say?
She
You're
says
on.
we look stylish.
Oh, classy. Thanks,
You know you're
Janine.
on your front camera, don't you?
Yeah, I do know I'm on my front camera because the girls don't need to see me.
Happy
top
birthday,
stitching.
Lorraine.
Oh. Did she come up with birthday candles? Or did she bring cake?
No, she just got back from a beautiful lunch for her birthday.
Oh,
so I'm just
nice.
assuming it's her birthday. Jane, sorry, another Jane. Jane,
not the
I probably will do some ruler work, but it will be around when I've got my Q20 in here. So there's a little bit of a rearrangement. Yeah, there's a little bit of a rearrangement that needs to happen because my Q's on my foldable at the moment. So we're going to move it to the koala, and then the foldable will come in here, and at that point I'll do.
You'll be able to bring it in. Oh, because you have both tables.
Yeah. Applique, you can't. I won't be on the phone in the morning, mate, but give me a call in the afternoon. Cheryl says, oh, she loves her sewing noteboard. It's fantastic.
What's her sewing noteboard? What did I miss? Oh, the clipboard thingy thing last week, yes. So I have top stitched all the way around my beautiful biscuit basket, and then I am.
Sorry, so thought.
Did you? What did you think? Was it a good
Well,
thought?
it was a good thought. So I was going to make the lemon coconut fudgy slice of mine to take on location. What do you want?
The rulers that you had.
Yeah.
Oh, don't mind me.
On location, I love saying that. On location.
Oh yes, when you go to that lovely place.
To that lovely place that shall remain nameless. Secret.
Yes.
But wouldn't they look really nice in the Buzzy Bee basket because it's lemon?
Oh yes, very nice.
Or I need to make honey cakes.
Either way, but lemons and honey go nicely together. And now I'm marking up with Frixie and pen because I rely on this again.
Oh, Sharon's just made some red velvet cake if you'd like some.
I made
You're a cracker.
48 of them in 4 days.
48.
Yes, because somebody requested them at school for their birthday morning tea.
That's with lunch. Kathy Ahern's been out for lunch as well. What? We're going to go to live.
we got to go out to lunch.
Went out to breakfast. Does that count?
Did you go to breakfast today?
No, I told everyone last week we were going to Basine cheese with the kidlets.
Oh yes,
And,
kidlets, they
and
sound little.
we did, and it was lovely. Kay and the girls were fantastic. That'll be the phone, Reg. Kay were fantastic and looked after us beautifully. And the cheesecake, oh my god.
Leesa did mention when I came in today, she said that she'd been out and she had cheese and cheesecake. She was on a theme. She just stuck with it.
Hi. We're on Facebook at the
So I have marked. Don't try and eyeball this. I have done that before. It doesn't look as attractive. I've marked all 4 sides, and again, I'm going to top stitch on the marked lines, and I will do a little back stitch at each end because these can potentially be washed. Now, another great use of the double-sided fusible, if you're like me and you're more a placemat person than a tablecloth person, but you want something pretty... Oh, I've just had a moment. I need some bumblebee placemats. The fusible batting is fabulous, or the foam batting, whichever variety you use, is fabulous for placemats. And you can put it in the washing machine. So if they do... Sorry, everyone who was there for the curry quilt.
curry quilt.
Judy Hammerslade will know that. And Leesa King, because the fabrics that were in this challenge quilt that the group made, you wouldn't see if you spilt curry on this quilt because it was such a whoa. And Judy Hammerslade called it the curry quilt. But with her lovely accent, she thought that we were saying something entirely different.
Okay. That was Elaine Harvey. She's going to hop on. She wanted to ask a question.
Oh, did she?
She'll be on in a minute.
Right.
Yeah.
What's her question?
I don't know. I'm
she's-
going to ring her back after.
Oh, okay.
We get off.
So what else are you actually demonstrating to the girls? Because
Yeah.
my biscuit basket's almost done.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Okay.
Fire it up.
You're telling me to get off, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Oh no,
But
I've got
really-
one side after this. Sorry, I think
You know how you don't decide to try the shrimp and cheese souffle recipe for the first time.
Not when you're having the visitors.
Yeah, that's what we're doing now.
Oh, living
I've got 2
dangerously.
feet that I love, but I haven't used them probably for about a year, which is very, very bad. Because I just haven't.
I'm too busy.
A little bit busy.
I'd like to buy some bumblebees because I've just said to the girls I need some for my placemats at home. I'd like some new placemats with bumblebees on, and it will go beautifully in my white kitchen.
Do you know what you need to do though?
What do I need to do?
Well, you need to buy some black, and you have a little panel of black next to the bees.
A pocket for the cutlery.
No, and then you're going to do some English paper piecing.
From my yellow fat quarter stash.
Yeah, in hexagon, so it looks like honeycomb.
Wash your mouth out.
Wash your mouth out. But if you're not into paper piecing, then you could embroider them. You could just do a little running stitch.
That sounds
hexagon.
more my style.
Right.
So, here's our biscuit basket. I haven't ironed off the Frixian pen yet, but that'll come off in a jiffy. And in order to pull it up into the 3rd dimension, sorry, I haven't trimmed the threads either. How slack.
Oh, you just can't get good.
Oh, no,
help
I'll go
these
the other way.
days. Go the other
I'll
way.
go that way.
That's
And
it.
you just tie them in a little bow in the corners. No, I'm still not quite used to that working in reverse.
It's a reverse thing.
And one year, I did make these up for my little nieces when they were little, as
Sorry.
Easter baskets. And they collected their Easter eggs on
Oh.
Easter Sunday morning from the Easter Bunny.
Sharon Keys would like to see smocked bumblebees, please.
You wash your mouth out
Yeah,
too.
look at the camera. She can't see.
No, I know. Sharon, I'm going to come
Thanks,
round
Sharon.
to your
That's a
house.
great idea.
And I'm going to teach you how to use your pleater if you're not careful.
Has she got one?
She's got one. Because I know where you live.
We don't know where Sharon
I
is.
have dropped parcels there before. So there's your cute little
That is beautiful.
biscuit
Thanks.
tasket. I'm going. No, I just can't quite get my head around that, can I?
That green was a good choice. I
It
like
was
that
an
green
excellent
one.
choice. Just picks up those little leaves.
Put number 1 on for me.
Number 1. You want to go to number 1?
Well, then the girls can see your face.
My face. Be nice about how you say that. Right, I'm going to take my walking foot.
I'm going
and
to take
go.
my working foot and go home. That's one problem. It's not your. Hang on. I was putting them on the special, wasn't I?
You were. Would you like me to put on your number? No, not 37.
No, where's the other one?
It's on the floor.
They're up.
In a basket. Oh, good job. They're up.
There's 3. There was
There are 3 of
4,
them.
but.
Somebody jumped on them.
No, I forgot. I've got an order for one for Angela at So Bright Quilting in Bright.
Oh, hello, Angela.
So, she'll get the special deal as well, won't she now? That's fine. What you putting on?
21.
Pressure.
Yep. I'd stay and watch, but I'm going to go and cut 180 strips of 8 inches.
Are you?
I'll start. I'll start.
All right, okay.
Is it 8 inches?
Yeah. It's
I'll
100.
put lovely kisses in it all for you all girls who are
I
doing
need
the applique sample.
180 cuts of red flowering gum, 8 inch,
8 inches. Okay. As you would say.
for my applique girls, which will be really good. Thanks, Sam. My shoulder and I thank you. You can do 4 layers at a time.
Absolutely.
Use a new blade. Use a new blade.
Always. New quilt, new blade.
Oh, new-
If it's a big
Oh.
quilt.
Well, it's a big quilt. I think the problem with blades that is why it's good to have 2 rotary cutters. You know
Yeah.
why? Because as you cut, it gradually gets blunter and blunter, like your kitchen
More
knives, and
dull,
you don't
yeah.
actually realise it's getting blunt, and you put
More and
being
more
lifted,
pressure on your
more and more
shoulder.
pressure on it, and you don't realise, and then you come back and go, oh. So it gotta be really careful. Just so careful with your shoulder. We obviously cut a lot, but so here is our made-up basket. Now I was going to sew on this afternoon, but because of the size of the table and everything, if I stretch it out, it will be all over the place. But this is the basket that we started on ages ago, and I haven't done. I'm going to take the handles out. As I said, if you would like one of these and it's showing sold out, please put in a request that you can be emailed when they're back in stock, because there is another 20 coming. Supply, as I mentioned on Friday, supplies just, it's not so much the supply, it's the freight companies at the moment are just a little bit touch and go. We pay big bucks for our freight company, and so we still get our deliveries out in 2-3 days for wholesale when we're doing big boxes. But if you go super economical, it can take up to 3 weeks. Amazing. Anyway, so that is how the basket comes. So it's lovely, and it's big, and it's flat. And we're still planning on turning this into something else, aren't we?
Maybe.
With these slots, we were going to put zips and things in and work out something fancy schmancy.
Yes, welted something.
With those flash new zips.
Yes.
Yes. Hello. Okay. So I want to build up my embellishment record and everything on this, but as I said, it's going to get in the way. So I'm just going to work with a piece of fabric now that I have popped some of that tearaway stabilizer on the back, so just the paper one. That's going to come off. Now, I know Em's popped that foot on.
You're going to take it off?
Yeah, I was going to take it off again. Okay, so here's our foot. Whoop, there we go. So there's our foot. So there's a few things that we can have a look at to put through. If you've got an open sort of weave yarn. Hey, Chucky, can you grab me that stuff out of the cupboard I was looking at before, that pastel-y ribbon stuff? It hasn't ended up in here with me.
Had to take a moment there.
So you can run a firm cord through. It's just like one of those ones. For a while there I was putting these in as a little freebie thing in our packs before the threads. So the whole idea is this is going to feed down through that hole, and that's why that ridge underneath at the back's really good, because it's going to sit under that, and as it goes through I'm going to be able to use a zigzag to couch it down onto my fabric. So it'll work really well with that. Now you can also see here on the back, it's not a full shebang, it's got one side, and that's so that you can also move your needle position across if you want to, and actually have it sit on the edge of a ridge on something. So if you wanted a little piping on the edge of a ruffle on a cushion, or I can't think of the top of my head, on a sleeve or something like that, you can actually position it to one side and sitting right on the edge. So yeah, so that it's really good for that as well. Anyway, so I'm going to pop this one on, but also I just got Em to grab this to show you. I just picked this one up. Actually, I didn't just pick this up. I bought this gorgeous thing from a little shop in the main street of Healesville when Rob and I were up there. And I bought it with a hand-dyed cotton fabric, and this is where I'm going to have to get Emma to grab me. Like a tailor's or I don't know.
You got any satay sticks in the
Yeah, that's. I
kitchen?
just grabbed my orange stick from Applique yesterday. There we go. Oh, I'm a numbnut. Oh, no, I'm not. That's the right way. So, see, even that thick one there, I can draw it down in because it's soft and it's flexible, and I can couch that down as well. So, you know, anything that's going to fit through here. I suppose the one thing that you need to think about is that if it's too thin, if it's really thin, it's going to move around and shift a little bit on you. And if that was the case, then I'd probably switch across to using the 25 that's got the grooves in it. So let's have a little bit of a play with this one. Toys. Love toys. Again, it's going to be, when am I ever going to use one? But because they're on special, it's probably a good opportunity just to grab on an impulse buy. It's like you can never have too many cake tins. Isn't that right, Em?
Absolutely.
Who knows when you might use that, you know, kimono dragon shaped cake tin, but there will come a time.
Shh, don't tell the girls what I bought last week.
Don't tell the girls what I bought last week. You're going to have to tell me now.
Well, when you have to make 24 red velvet cupcakes,
24 red velvet cupcakes, yeah.
a 12 hole muffin pan doesn't cut it.
Oh no, so what
So-
did you buy?
You buy a second one.
Oh, is that all? Thought you
And-
were going to tell me you
And they
did.
were on special. And they were the beautiful Wiltshire rose gold ones. So,
Oh,
for my birthday,
I
I bought
do like
myself
the rose gold
4,
ones.
And they are so nice to clean.
and you know what? They're just at Woolies, so you just add them into your weekly shopping bill.
Yep, and you just never even know. So when you've got 4 beautiful big cookie sheets,
Shocking. Aren't we terrible? Surely that's not the best camera. No, that's not the best camera. We're just so professional here. All right.
I'm watching.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Stage
do you want
right?
to see how this goes?
Yeah.
So you do a little, you can go straight down the middle, but a little zigzag is a good idea. So you just
A narrow zigzag that might be a little
Yeah.
bit longer.
just a little bit. Well, if you leave it on 3, just a tweak. And like you said, like with your blanket stitch.
Do a bit of stitch out.
Oh, that's just so cool.
Okay.
See, this is
Do
what
more. I
happens
want to look
then.
at it from this angle.
Oh, you want to look? I'm going to turn the machine that way so the girls can see. I love this. Do you remember that bag I did for the exhibition with the yarn on the hand? But never mind. Do you?
Mm-hmm.
With the grey. Do you remember that?
Yes.
So, all right. So if you put your zigzag stitch on, you can make it longer, shorter, narrower. If you've got an older machine, just remember with these
Lift your
guys
needle
you
up
can
first.
yeah put your needle up first. Watch this, and then you can turn. Ho, 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 ho. How cool's that?
Wow. I'm impressed. So could we be using like a variegated poly over the top?
Yeah, use a variegated poly or oh, that is so much. And see, now I've started.
So, may I also do this? Is this the camera that we're on?
Yeah.
So can girls just see that we've got a lovely zigzag over the back?
Yep.
And it's sitting so nicely.
So that's just the tearaway underneath. But also, what I did with that one that I did with for the show, monopoly. So you couldn't even see it was stitched on. Just clear monopoly.
It was just magically staying there.
I forgot we had monopoly, and someone ordered it this morning. I went, oh yeah. So that's with the zigzag, and see how nicely it's sitting. But that's going to depend on the thread you used as well. But if I just take you back to straight stitch, it will stitch it down. So you can just have one down the middle of your
Oh,
arm.
and that looks equally, well, even more invisible because it's kind of
So-
embedded into that
Yeah.
particular type of braid.
So it's going to depend on the type of braid that you're using as to whether you use a straight or... So if I was taking this stuff, I would definitely zigzag that.
Oh, yes, because it would foof out in different spots if you only did it straight
Yeah.
stitch.
Oh, you might want that look, but...
Again, stitch out, see what it does.
Ooh.
Okay,
All right.
what are you going to do? You're going to have to chop that.
Yeah, shop it. Now, everyone, I challenge anyone not to have something in their cupboard that they can top stitch down.
Did
You
I
know
just
what
make-
I'm going to
Sorry,
say?
girls.
You know what I'm going to say? If you don't, it's nearly Christmas. You're going to have tinsel. You're going to have braid. You're going to have ribbons for wrapping presents. Can I have it back now?
No,
Well, I have to
a
say
good look.
the next one.
Yeah, all right. Okay. You changing to the 25.
Yeah, but yes. However,
What would you like?
I need my. I had a reel of Dazzle. Did I leave it out near the?
Is it not in the basket thing?
No,
It's on the floor?
No, near the office laptop. I may or may not have been playing with it. All right, so now we're going to do this one. Okay, I'm doing this one. Merci beaucoup. So this is the one that's got the 5 grooves in. There are ones with 3, but why would you have 3 if you can have 5? You'd want that. And then you've got your little gate that opens up and clips them in. So, you get this one ready. Now, because I've got 5, I'll put it on, we want 5 strings or pieces of yarn running at the same time. So I've got in this foot, there's actually 2 little grooves. One is to get your sewing thread through, and then the other one is to pop your actual threads through. So I'm going to run with, I always get them mixed up. This is, wait for it, this is Dazzle. So Dazzle is the wonderful, beautiful, fun embroidery thread. Can you see the shine? That's got lurex through it. I've only dabbled. I've got a few of them in stock, but I need to get them all. I have to have them all. So there's this one, and then there is Razzle, which is variegated colours. I've only got a couple of those in, but I need to get more. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, if you're talking to me, I actually let my phone go quiet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then scissors. Oh, I don't know what she's done with the other one, so let's use this one. Okay. And the same down the other end. So if I was going to do a whole heap of work, I would actually have 5 different cotton reels, heaven forbid, or, which you would if you had all different colours, and I just have them sitting in a little tub at my feet so that they can drop down. But if you're going to use all the same one, you really just want to have a think about how long the pieces that you're sewing them onto and have generous lengths to allow for that. Okay, so if I pop this up under my machine, Emmy, I'm nervous. I'm trying to convince the girls I know what I'm doing. You know, I'm trying to sound all very official. Ah! Okay, I'll move that back there. And we're going to pop those in. See, I've got my official voice on. It's my Bernina dealer voice. It's my demo voice. So I've popped them through the second little slot at the front. And you lay them down. This is where I really need that camera behind me. I'm sorry, girls. You actually lay them down into the grooves on the foot. This is not good. I need to, you know. There, can you see that better now? There are 5 little grooves on the top there, and I've got 5 threads. So we just need to squish them down so that they are sitting in those grooves. And then we shut the little door. Just give them a little tug back and forth and make sure they're all sitting in those grooves. Oh, they are. That's lovely. Phew. Phew, phew, phew. I have just popped my thread out of the second groove. Sorry, I'm in my new way. So they're in. Now if I drop my foot like that, we are ready to go. You know what would be really nice if I could sit my foot next to that gold one that we've already done. Ooh. Okay, then on your machine you're going to want to find yourself your, Emmy, what did you call it before? Your stitch zigzag, yeah?
5-step zigzag.
5-step zigzag, thank you very much. Is that out of the big book of feet, or did you just make that up?
No, it's a pretty universal stitch because you use it a lot in stretch sewing. You know,
Oh,
wash
yes.
your mouth out, dirty word.
What's that thing you do? Is it shearing when you make your little boob tube tops?
When you're artificial smocking, yes, it is shearing.
Oh, I got it right. Unreal.
You
Okay.
use shearing elastic for that.
Right, now you're going to want to use the widest stitch because these come across the full width of the stitch as well. So you ready? Hold your breath.
Hold your hand.
So it just feeds them nice and evenly. Haha. I don't know why I'm taking credit for it. It's a Bernina foot. But it sort of doesn't matter if these get a little bit tangled up at the front.
It sorts them out anyway.
It just sorts them out. There you go.
So can you go around the curve?
Sure can.
Come on, I want to see.
I'm going to go slow.
Yeah.
But again, there's a really nice short distance between where they are fed in under the foot. Excuse me.
I thought, no, you're going to end up crossing over.
I know, right? So can you imagine if you had 5 different coloured threads and run them over with a 6th different colour, or with metallic, or with... Oh no, it's too tight.
A really sheer... I didn't like that, didn't it?
No, but I think it's more to do with the fact that I'm really close to that...
The previous
cord. Yeah, I'm close to the cord.
So if you used, for instance...
What would Tim say? Trap for young players.
Trap for, yes. Like new players.
Bit of cricket analogy. Yeah.
If you were to use a bottom line thread on the top in something really,
nice
really...
and thin.
Yeah, and fine and almost invisible.
Yeah, we can... Again, you run monopoly as well.
Yep. Well, excuse me.
How insane's that?
You could make your own braids
I
on
know.
strips of
I know.
bias.
Well, you can make your own too on wash away or anything. No, I'm going to hold
That's
it.
stuff. There you go.
There. No, see, I've got your problem. I can't do it. There you go. I might bring it down this one. There you go. Look at that. So you can also use, you don't have to use the grooves as well. So if you've just got a braid or something that you want to run through. Emmy, you can run 1/4" bias through it, of course.
What?
You can even run it through with 1/4" bias. You don't have to use the grooves. You can just run, like you could just run bias over that. It's wide enough. You can run a 1/4" bias over it and zigzag it on. So you don't have to use the grooves. You can just use it as a couching foot, braiding couching foot. And the crowd goes wild. She's very happy with that. Right, so they are... Sorry?
Stop it.
Stop it. I'm going to show you girls again because I just love it. Okay, one more. There you go. So how funky is that? So there's 2 different feet. So you've got one for the cord, which is number 21, and then one to use a flat braid with or multiple threads. No reason you couldn't run stranded cotton through, is there, Anne?
Nope. You'd probably be better off with pearl cotton because you might get bumps with stranded.
You might get bumps with stranded, but pearl, how much of us have got heaps of pearl in the cupboard?
Leesa King has heaps.
Has she?
She quilts in pearl.
Oh, she quilts in pearl.
Sometimes she hand quilts in pearl.
Oh. There you go. There you go. All right. I think we have covered everything. Yes?
For a long time.
Oh, and don't forget, we have got metallics up on the website as well. So if you want to have a go with the metallic, match it up with the bottom line. If you get stuck, just put in there, Leesa, I've chosen a bottom line. Is it the right one? Match it up for me. We can do all of that for you. And yes, so keep an eye out. Look for alerts to come through on another, when the next show is, because as I said, we've got to get ready to go and do this filming. It's a little bit of a hike. It's a little bit of fun. I have to explain, it's a personal thing as well, because we're taking the boys with us. So so Rob, I've been, but Rob and Philip and Stephen have not. So it's kind of a family day out as well. and there's a bit of planning that's going into it. But it'll be really, really special, and that will air the week after next. But next week is going to be our Christmas decoration special week, where we'll do demos each day on different Christmas decorations and show off the ones that you're sending in, and just have, you know, more normal stuff and fun stuff going on at the same time. But I will try and get back in and see you. It's probably going to be an evening this week, Em.
Okay.
I think. But I will definitely give you plenty of notice when we're going to pop back on live for this week, all right? You have a fabulous Tuesday evening. Thank you so much for joining us. I can see most of you have stuck around, so that's really nice. What didn't you see? Are you all right now? A bit closer, please. What did I miss? Emmy, we missed something. Pointed to wrong camera. Didn't see it. You're all good now? I hope so. Have a look back. Oh, you are. That's all good. Thank you so much. Yeah, and we look forward to seeing you, at least you and I, next Tuesday. You're bringing smock stuff, aren't you? You're bringing the smock stuff?
Maybe. I might have to rate the Christmas decorations.
I want smocked baubles.
Yeah, you've got smocked baubles.
Yeah, but I want your smocked baubles.
Yeah. Oh, you want... Oh, the special ones are at my goddaughter's house.
All right, I'll find mine.
I think I have some almost done ones.
All right. How you going with the cutting?
Let's just put my new blade in.
I'll stay here with the girls and it'll be done by the time we finish. No, we're going now. All right. Thank you.
See you next time.
Bye. Bye.